Phil Spector, one of the most popular producers in the 1960s, having a record label that produced songs like those songs were the best selling and the most popular songs of all time, but had the greatest downfalls of the music industry to an abusive relationship, child abuse, and chaotic behavior, as well as whipping guns out on people, which eventually led him to shoot an actress straight in the head. Before we lead on to the disturbing things that Phil did, we need to learn his backstory on how he grew up. Harvey Phil Spector was born in 1939 while World War II just started. His parents were Ukrainian immigrants just moving to New York, but sadly later in his life, his father took his life when he was only 9 years old. Later on, in high school with his friends and classmates knew him as an awkward and twerpy type of person. He was a prodigy of music, which he also played the French horn. Eventually led him to co-writing and recording his first song, To Know Him Is to Love Him by the Teddy Bears. Just to see him smile. The song was based on the words off of his father's tombstone. Ben Spector, father, husband. To know him was to love him. In 1958, the song was a #1 hit. This influenced Phil Spector to start producing songs, which led him to launching Phillies Records, being the youngest producers of all time. Phillies Records had a special way of producing music, what he called the Wall of Sound. The Wall of Sound was Phil's way of producing music. He used 3 pianos, 6 guitars, and as many basses as he needed. Drummers, percussionists, all playing together, precisely, and he recorded carefully to produce a unique feel. He used these methods to produce songs for famous singers. In the 1960s, Phil Spector produced songs for the group The Ronettes. Phil Spector, who was already producing tracks for famous singers like Walking in the Rain and Be My Baby. Those being the most popular songs. While working with the Ronettes, he starts to have affairs with Ronnie Bennett. In 1966, he divorces his wife, then later married Ronnie in 1968. After marrying Ronnie Bennett of the Ronettes in 1968, what seemed like a dream quickly fell into a nightmare. Phil Spector became increasingly controlling and abusive. Ronnie later revealed in her memoir that Phil kept her in prison in his mansion, forbade her from performing, and subjected her to mental and physical abuse. He even adopted children without telling her, using them as tools of manipulation. By the early 2000s, Phil Spector was no longer known as a genius producer, but as a dangerous recluse. In 2003, tragedy struck when actress Lana Clarkson was found dead in Spector's California mansion. Spector claimed it was an accidental suicide, but evidence told a different story. In 2009, after years of legal battles and a mistrial, Phil Spector was convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 19 years in prison. He died in his prison cell in 2021 from complications related to COVID-19. Though his influence on music is undeniable, so was the darkness that followed him throughout his life. Phil Spector may have shaped the sound of a generation, but his legacy will forever be haunted by the pain he caused.